Titus has to be number one because he has a skill set at the age of 3 that exceeds anything that is required of even adults.
This is Titus YHBW, a hotshot toddler who has already racked up 17 million hits for his epic shooting skills.
This is amazing. How does this kid do it?
A grand master of the trick shot, Titus began shooting hoops as a baby.
When I was 3, I was pretty good at dribbling, but it had nothing to do with basketball.
But what really blew our minds was when Titus took to the big leagues. Scoring in a regulation height hoop in front of a cheering crowd. When Dad Joseph invited us to Kansas to play some D with Titus, we jumped at the chance.
From the time he was about 15 months old, he would drop the ball in the hoop. He'd walk up, reach up, and drop it in. And he'd challenge himself, get further away. And I remember that he was kneeling on the couch on one side of the room and threw the ball into the hoop and swished it on the other side of the room. And I was like, this is pretty cool.
Epic! So, how has Titus got so good at shooting hoops?
What Titus has done that most 3-year-olds haven't is practiced a lot. He's practiced 2 to 4 hours a day since he was 15 months old. And when you practice something, you develop what's called muscle memory, which sounds like your muscles remembering something, but really the memories aren't stored in your muscles, they're stored in your brain. Your brain remembers exactly how to position which muscles to achieve a certain task. When Titus shoots a basket, his motor cortex is telling the body where to push the basketball. When he sees whether the basketball has gotten in the hoop or not, his visual cortex, along with all of his other body positioning senses, are feeding that information back to his cerebellum, which will tell his motor cortex what to do next. It becomes this big feedback loop that allows Titus to get better and better every time he practices playing basketball.
This, in fact, has led to a physical change in his brain, because when he's doing one task, one nerve cell is giving a signal to the next nerve cell. Next time he's doing it, the same happens again. So the connection between these two cells are being strengthened, and this connection is so strong now that he is performing better.
A lot of people say this proves that some people are born with it, and I kind of laugh at that because he's easily practiced 1,000 hours doing it. He loves it. Maybe he was born loving it, but he wasn't born able to do it. He's able to do it because he practices all the time.
Practice does make perfect. But what is it that got Titus hooked on basketball?
When you complete a task correctly, your brain actually releases a little bit of dopamine, which is a reward chemical. And you realize, hey, I want to do that right again.
People ask us how we make him do it. To me, the question is, how do you make him stop? There are times where we're up 9:30 at night and we start to hear the ball bounce in the basement.
I love basketball.
If I had to play one-on-one basketball with Titus, he would kick my butt.
Titus is our number one because if he's this good, age 3, imagine how good he's going to be in the future.
So as Titus gets back to his training, it's time to say goodbye.
Thanks for making our clip number 1.